We didn't hear Blanker's thoughts on the 4 new Texans uniforms. Blankers, what did you think of the uniforms?
I was disappointed that the guy opening the boxes or however it leaked out, the helmet was right. I think Comets, when I see the age. Yeah. I don't know if he got fired or not, but that was it.
Dre said in the Twitch chat that he did.
Okay.
That they fired 3 guys.
I could see that. Because they were mad about the guy that took the pictures in the old Astrodome bathroom of the uniforms and then had to release their own version within 24 hours. So they got to be hyper mad about the helmet leak. I like the uniforms themselves. Let me start there. I like the different variations. I wish there would have been more H-Town blue. I understand now and have seen and read some of the articles about the fact that Amy Strunk and the Adams family made a stink throughout the process and that there was concessions made with the league involved, and this was at least a start. But it's disappointing that if you're going to have the H-Town blue in the uniform, that it wasn't a more dominant in one of the 4 uniforms. My biggest point of contention with all of it were the helmets. I thought that the helmets, I think in the red helmet, if those are truly going to be bullhorns, and that's what you were after, the fact that they're black with an accent line, basically you can barely see them, and I don't think they show up at all, and nothing jumps off the helmet. And the H, to me, like I said, the first thing I looked at, I thought about the old Comet secondary logo, going, that's not what they should have been after. That's not the kind of, when I think Yankees or Tigers, it's just it kind of exudes the classy portion of that kind of old school font style. The helmets got me the wrong way, but the rest of the uniforms I really love. I love the fact that there's variation. There's a lot of bright color. There's a lot of kind of eye-catching to it, which is great. But I thought the helmets were a miss.
Yeah, those 2?
Yeah, I don't mind the darker blue helmet with the original logo. I really liked the original logo on the red helmet. I thought it jumped. I thought it was great. The one thing that I thought about, if you weren't going to do the bullhorns, what else could you do? If I have a problem, I should come up with a solution.
Sure.
Well, if you could go with, not to what Brian mentioned, the old Bills helmets that had the kind of outline of a bill in red. I didn't want that. But you think about that statue outside of NRG, that angry, really tough bull. If you wanted to go that route, you could do that, and that would be a different variation where it would get the aggressive, powerful bull on the helmet. I think it was a miss on just trying to recreate the horns. Plus, the Vikings do it, and it's hard to tell what the Viking helmet is, but you're supposed to believe it's the Viking horns. I didn't like the helmets. I don't like the H.
I liked them. I like the red helmets more than I thought. I want the horn to be one solid color.
Like if it was white.
If it was one solid white, I think it'd be sharp.
Really agree.
White would be my first option, but even a solid blue I think would be better. The other ones, the other helmets we've talked about, I think they're terrible. Now, what did you think of the H-Town logo on the skull of the traditional helmet?
I like it.
It looks sharp whenever it's only one color.
It really does, and it jumps. I like it a lot. I like the fact that the best part of the H helmet is the fact that the other logo is on the back part of the helmet. Yeah. I think that's a sweet move. We used to laugh about the fact when they said they made uniform changes, and all it was adding something to the collar in the back. Now you see a lot of change, and change everybody talks about is good. This team didn't have the history with logos like some of the old school NFL teams. So I'm all about changing the uniforms, changing the look and feel, and adding a color. It's just that the helmets came across to me as USFL, XFL, kind of when you had enough to work with there that I thought you could have done better.
Yeah, fair enough. Give us the 4 grades because we graded them yesterday. The traditional blue ones, the home ones.
The uniform itself,
the home one, the full package.
The full package. I'll give that an 8.
8-0?
Yeah.
Okay, the white ones that were leaked, the away uniforms.
7.5.
7.5. All right. The red ones.
I hate the helmet, man. I love everything else.
Total package.
Total package is a 6.5.
Okay, and then the City Connects.
So 4.
4. That was higher than I gave it.
Trying to be generous.
So your traditional blue is your favorite.
Yep.
And then your traditional white's your second favorite.
Yeah, if the red one had that helmet with the original logo on it, the red one would be my favorite.
The white one was my favorite. The blue was my second. The traditional blue one was my second favorite. I hope that they mix and match pants with tops and then helmets. I wonder if they eventually mix and match those two down the road.
I know that it was a big thing for them to be the first team to have multiple helmets as part of the multiple uniforms. And I get it's all about the almighty dollar and having as much marketability to sell, but I'm with you. And I would hope that they could change or alter from year to year, even because I really believe that if the red helmet, if you're not going to go with the traditional logo, if you would just do similar to like the Bulls logo with the white and the center where the horn goes through the skull, so there's like the fur there, whatever, however you do that, I would be all in for something like that. But it's too hard to decipher what's on the side of the helmet for if horns or otherwise.
Yeah. So they had the Texans party yesterday, the uniform release party, 12 hours after they released the uniforms. 713 Music Hall was the setting, which, I mean, it looked like a fun time. I think it's smart to do this. You sell your merch, all of this. So they brought in some tattoo artists. And for any fan that wanted to get a tattoo of the logos, they were there ready to tattoo any fan who wanted the new logo. No, I don't think so. It doesn't say that in the story as I was reading the Houston Chronicle this morning. What kind of fan is this weird? Is this like the fact that you're getting the tattoo at this party with these tattoo artists? Yes, they're professionals, but where do you stand on this where fans are getting the tattoos of the logos immediately?
I'm not a fan of it because first thing that screams to me is liability. From a business perspective, I'm thinking if someone gets infected, if something goes wrong, if they suddenly go back and say that's not what I asked for, or that's not exactly what I wanted, I think there's a lot of risk with the team from a lot of different perspectives, but that's permanent. That's not like, fly by night, like the ones you used to get when you were a kid. You could wash them off after a week or so, or they'd come off in the shower. That's permanent. That's risky.
Look, if you want to get a tattoo of the logo, it's your body. It's your decision. You should do with that what you want. The thing that I find, like in this type of setting, there's a lot of peer pressure here.
Sure.
A lot of peer pressure in this type of setting.
And a lot of alcohol.
A lot of alcohol, a lot of peer pressure. I think the Texans bullied their fans into getting tattoos. I think Hannah and Cal McNair bullied their fans. They gave them a little bit of liquid courage. Here you go. You talk about the how clean it is. You have all these people, yay, new logo, new jersey, all of these things. I think they bullied their fans into tattooing their body with their logos.
Like if it's the full H-Town, the way they have it on the back of the helmet, that's something that will transcend time. You can have that for a long period of time. But depending on which logo you get, there's a chance it could swing and miss. It's not a great look.
Your body, your decisions.
Wasn't it Jason Terry that got the Celtics championship? He got the Celtics logo with NBA champions when he got traded to the Celtics with KG and Pierce and all them, and then they never won it. And now he's got a Celtics logo on his arm forever.
If you got tattooed yesterday at the Texans uniform unveiling, I want to hear from you. 713-780-ESPN. The McNairs, this guy said I thought it was cool, but then again, I'm covered in tattoos. Fair enough. To me, it's more about the setting. I don't care if you get the logo on your body. That's cool if you really want to do that. But the setting, you got drinks passed around. This whole party. I feel like they're peer pressuring fans into tattooing their body with their logo. That's free advertisement for the McNairs. This is shameful.